Hello there, Lynn. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well. I am so excited to interview today concerning your book. And what book is this? Is this your fourth book, fifth book?
Third book.
This is your third
That's
book, but
nice to say. Third book.
your third book and your first children's book, huh?
First children's book.
That's what I'm so excited about. I'm so excited about this.
Big adventure.
Say this again.
It's a big adventure.
It's a big adventure. And as a former educator, I think if I would still teach in school, I would definitely have this book in the school I was at because I'm so excited about it and it's so appropriate for the time. And this is Lynn Manley. Lynn, no, you're not Lynn, just Lynn Manley. You're Lynn S Manley, I see. And the name of your new book is Mama, What is on Your Face? Mama,
Yes.
What is on Your Face? Tell me a little bit about that, Lynn. Where did that concept come from?
You have to have an attitude first when you say it.
Okay.
You have to go, Mama, what is on your face?
Mama, what is on your face?
Yes, that's the attitude.
Do I have to do the hand too?
Do the hand and everything.
I'm glad I did my nails today since I got to put my hands in it. Mama, what is on your face? How was that?
Yes, attitude.
Okay.
Well, the concept came upon me when I was at Target when the COVID first came out and they stopped everybody from going out and it was very scary. Right. And I went to Target and that was before kids they didn't think that kids needed masks then.
Okay.
So I was in Target going shopping with my mask on and most of the adults in the store had masks on.
Okay.
And there was a little girl in the cart looking at everybody with masks. She looked like she was maybe 3 years old. So she's been in the world for 3 years and didn't see masks. Right. And all of a sudden, all these adults are wearing a mask and you could see it on her face. Like, what's going on? Everybody that walked past her, she was looking and she stared and it looked like she was concerned.
Okay.
And she didn't understand why does all these adults have masks on it? And she had this face. It was like fright and it was like curiosity and just not understanding it at all.
Right.
And I was like, wow, at that age, she's probably 3. She's been in a world for 3 years. And all of a sudden, grown-ups are wearing a mask. That's scary.
Right. Your face, part of your face covered up.
Yeah, all of a sudden you can't see the mouth and the nose of an adult. And it just looked like she was just so scared and didn't understand nothing. And she didn't have no understanding of it. All of a sudden this is happening.
Right.
And I started thinking about it while I was shopping. I said, this child doesn't understand why all of a sudden her mother has a mask on and all these grown-ups have masks. And it's scary to a child. Right. And then we think about the children that are just born into this world.
Yeah.
And that's all they know to see is math. Like they were born in 2020.
Right.
They don't know nothing else but math. So they probably think that adults have this mask on. It's normal.
Right. True.
And I got in my car and I said, I need to write a book about this. I need to write a book so the kids can understand in their little mind why.
Right.
That's where it came from. I was like, I got in the car and I just start writing parts of my story. And I said, I have to write a book where there's all these characters and they all have masks. So there won't be no fear. There'll be more of an understanding on a child's level.
Right.
So that's why I started this book.
Okay. So that was a part of your writing process.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me
down notes in the car?
Okay. After you had that experience with the young girl, then the process so you started right after you had that encounter.
When I got in the car, I was like, this is a book.
Right.
And then I was thinking about all the time I have off.
Yeah.
I said, this is a book just to, go into the mind of a child. Because that little girl looks so scared. And they don't understand. I said, I need to make it in a child's point of view. They need to understand.
Right.
They need to know that it is important, but it's not something to be afraid of.
Right.
And my process was writing like notes in the car. Like I was picking pen paper. When you need to write, you never can find paper. So
absolutely. Did you write on your hands, Lynn?
I had stuff on my hands. I had stuff on a paper bag. I had stuff on a plastic bag. I had stuff on, stuff in my purse.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to forget this.
Right.
And I even got on my phone and I start putting it in the tape recorder part of my phone and start writing characters and different, and I said, I know they all have to have a mask on.
Right.
And that was the process I started.
Okay.
And then when I got home, I kept thinking, okay, I need an illustrator.
Okay.
And I'm looking around for illustrators, and I just didn't want somebody I didn't know.
Right.
To illustrate. I didn't want somebody that I'm not close to, and I'm doing it over the phone and don't really know them. And I know exactly what I wanted.
Right. Right.
So I prayed about it and I asked God to help me be the illustrator.
So you were the illustrator of your book, right?
I illustrated the book, the front page, the back page, everything in the book, the coloring. And I was like, it wasn't like a selfish thing. It was just that I needed to know somebody. And I always draw and paint. And I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? I never wrote a children's book and I never illustrated a children's book.
Right.
And I had to just like, okay, first I had to think about my characters.
Because that was my next question for you. I was going to ask you, does the characters have any meaning to you?
Yes. Every character is somebody in my family, somebody that was in my life.
Oh, really?
And I wanted to put more of my family members in it, but I have too many family members. The book would have been a chapter book if I.
Okay.
So I put my nieces in there. My niece, like the sunflower is my niece Nina.
Okay.
The inchworm is my niece Jaylyn, and I put a phone on there because she likes phones.
Okay.
So my sister is the butterfly, Ty the beautiful butterfly. My husband is a diesel mechanic, but he loves fancy cars.
Okay.
So I put Michael, the fancy car.
Okay.
And my daughter, I call her Ladybug. So I made her a ladybug.
Okay.
My son-in-law is a robot.
Okay.
My brother is the cool cat, the cool kid that's the neighborhood kid named Brandon. So everybody is somebody that was a part of my life. Right. The teddy bear, Coco, the teddy bear is a teddy bear that I had when I was 2 years old.
Okay. Really?
I have yeah, that's my Coco, the teddy bear is my favorite teddy bear.
Okay.
When I was 2, and I still had it for a long time when I had my daughter. So I put the teddy bear in there. I put the ink pen is Sammy, this guy that I knew in my neighborhood. And then I always watched Sesame Street with my daughter, and there was Sammy the Snake on there. So that's why I put him. I called him the ink pen was Sammy.
Okay.
Everything has a character and everything has a meaning.
Okay.
Somebody in my life, and I had Susie that was a doozy at the end.
I'm glad you said that. It's a children's book. She was Susie the doozy and not Susie the floozy.
She's a doozy. She's a doozy because she was somebody I met when I was like in first grade, and they were twins.
Okay.
And they were like bullies.
Okay.
That's why I put her as Susie the doozy.
Okay.
But everybody in there has some kind of meaning, and they're part of my family or part of my past.
Okay.
And I had to make sure they all had a mask on. The robot, the car, the ladybug, because that's what Joey is fearful.
Okay.
And he doesn't like the fact that all of a sudden his mom has a mask on.
Okay.
And his mother's coming up to him with masks. He's like,
so Joey is the main character?
The main character.
Okay.
And he didn't understand why all of a sudden his mom has a mask, and then she's walking toward him with a mask on. Like, what the heck? So he has an attitude. That's why I said you have to say the name of the story with an attitude, because he's like, what is on your face, and why are you bringing masks to me? So he goes through a journey with characters he'd know and familiar people like Susie, like Brandon, the cool kid, the inchworm, but they all have a mask on.
Okay.
So if they're wearing a mask and it's for protection, why, that helps Joey decide to wear the mask.
Okay.
On his level. That's what it's about.
Okay.
He goes, and I put it in there, guess who else is wearing a mask? And then he says, the sunflower's wearing a mask. Guess who else is wearing a mask? You do it like that.
Right.
So the kids can get into it, enjoy it, and have fun with it. And then at the end of the book, it says everybody has to wear a mask.
Right. That's right. That's right. Right. I mean, and this is a season really for kids' birthday parties for them to have masquerade parties, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
And you can have fancy masks. They have fancy masks with sequins.
Yes.
Masks with the characters on it.
Yes. I've seen animal mask. I seen a girl on the news today, and in the front of her, and I was like, "Is that how her face is?" But she had a mask on, and it was like a pig. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh. And I had to get up close. I was like, that's not how she looks, is it? But it was a mask with a pig. So I mean, there's to make it normal for them for right now.
Yeah, make it fun. There's puppy masks. There's all kinds of masks. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
And it's like, look.
Right.
So we all have to wear masks, and that's what the whole book's about. Is to make them feel comfortable, make them feel like they want to wear a mask. And it's like if the cool kid on a neighborhood is wearing a mask, and it's the fancy cars wearing a mask, ladybugs wearing a mask, and it's not as scary. It's for our protection, and that's what the mom says is for your protection, and it's for icky germs on their level. It's for the protection, and that's what. So
instead of making it not normal, like adults are already set in, it's uncomfortable. But to make it normal for kids, because that's the season we live in. So it's almost odd for them not to see somebody with a mask. And kids, like I know kids, like kids, they'll say, if they see somebody with funny hair, they're like, why their hair like that? So this will sort of come up as if they see somebody without a mask, what's wrong? Are they poor? They can't afford a mask?
Have a mask on?
Right.
Right. And it takes away the curiosity. It takes away the fear. In a fun way, if they're seeing these characters with a mask on, and it's going to be our new normal, we don't know how long it's going to be, and to make it fun and exciting for them, and at the end, he's excited. He's like excited to wear the mask, and it's not no scary situation, and there's understanding at the end, on a child's level. That's why I wrote the book, because I wanted kids to understand it. And when I saw that little girl, she just looked so confused and so frightened, and just don't understand it, So I felt like that's what we need to put a book out
for the new normal.
The new normal. If we are afraid, when it first started happening, we were afraid, and we're grown-ups. How much more is a kid afraid of it? Or just we don't understand it. We're tired of the daggone mask.
Right.
So, but if the kids have to wear it, they can understand it. Why? That's the whole purpose of the book is why.
You know what I was thinking, Lynn? I got this idea as you were talking, because that is so good that it's the new normal. So something that we have to do, and it doesn't have to be strenuous or hard to do it. It's just something that we have to do, something normal. But I thought about, what about a mask with a zipper in the front? For grown-ups?
Tell you to be quiet.
No, part of that, but you can open it up to eat. Like if you're out.
Right. They had masks that opens. Did you see that?
No.
It flips open. It's some kind of like you do your face or something that opens, and you can like put a straw or eat.
Oh, really?
There's going to be a whole bunch of different masks coming out.
But I love the idea of this for kids. I mean, I think this is so excellent. And so, from what I understand, your books are starting to be in schools now as well, right?
Yes. A lot of schools have it. A lot of daycares have it.
Okay.
I work at a Leo Academy.
Okay.
And it has it. And a lot of people bought the book.
Right.
And a lot of teachers bought the book, and they took it to the school.
Okay.
And they read the book to the students. And then the teachers and the schools bought it in bulk.
Okay, there you go.
So that's exciting, because that's where I wanted it.
Right.
I wanted it in the schools because that's where the kids are.
Right.
We have the half day of school, 3 days a week, 2 days a week. And even one of the teachers that I know that teaches school online, she reads the book to the kids.
Okay.
The book to the kids online. So it's like, it's just for the purpose of, wow, these characters have,
Yeah.
I just think about the new babies that are born.
Yeah.
That's all they're going to know.
Mm-hmm.
The newborn babies, that's all they're going to know is the mask.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be normal to them.
Right. Right.
You know, and I just felt like we need a book on their level so they can understand, because that's what Joey, he just doesn't understand why.
Right.
And the whole thing is at the beginning of the book, I have it here. He's there. He's right there.
Okay.
His mom's walking toward him with a mask on her face, and she has two in her hand. He's like, "Are you kidding me? You think I'm going to wear one of those things? You know, why are you bringing a mask to me, Mom?" And it's just like the attitude, you know.
Right.
You know how kids are. If they don't want to do something, no, I don't want to do it. And I need to know why, Mom, first. I need to know, you got some explaining to do before I wear this mask. I need to understand.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it in that, you know, on their level.
And this is a different generation, because you know how our generation growing up, if we said why to our parents, it was, you don't ask me why, you just do as I say. And that has sort of shifted, I have to say, because, you know, giving a child an explanation for something, an intelligent explanation, it helps them, it serves them. So I love that what you're doing with the book and the, you know, and the mask. I mean, I love that concept of how you handle it. So how's it? So what are they saying in the school that you work in? Do you get any responses from the kids there?
Yeah, a lot of parents.
Okay.
They when they came to get their kids, they said, "I got the book, Lynn. I got the book, Lynn."
Okay.
So it's exciting to hear that, and it's like, and I'm even amazed that one of the adults told me she was reading the book to her child and had like a nonchalant attitude about the mask.
Okay, the adult did.
She just didn't really care for the mask.
Okay.
But she said she got it for her grandkids. And she read the book to them, and it's like, it wasn't like, she said it was like something that just opened her mind to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because she's reading it and telling her grandkids, "See, the car wears the mask. See, the flower wears the mask. See," you know, she's saying that.
Right.
And it just jogged her memory of saying, you know what, if I'm telling my daughter, my grandkids, and I'm very nonchalant about the mask, and when I don't have it with me, I don't go in the store. I just say, "So what?"
Me neither.
She says that, and she said, "I was very nonchalant about the mask." And as I was reading it, and then at the end of the book, you say, we all have to wear the mask.
Yes.
So if an adult isn't wearing a mask, how are you going to tell a kid to wear a mask?
Right, right.
You know, so she said she said it enlightened her reading this children's book, you know?
Right.
So she said it really changed her attitude, because she said, I was like, I'm not wearing a mask.
Right.
She said it wasn't like totally deep, but it was fun. And it was like, okay, I'm telling my daughter that she has to wear a mask, my granddaughter, but I don't want to wear it. We have to be an example. And she said it changed my mind.
Right.
Reading this children's book to my grandkids.
Right. Right.
She said, the next thing I know, I'm wearing my mask.
Right.
So she said it taught me a lesson. She said it's not just for kids.
Right.
It's for, you know, she said it's for hard-headed adults.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what, Lynn, I think it's so nice as well, because this time will pass. One day we're not going to forever wear a mask. But I think it's even nice for people who don't have kids that this is a souvenir for this time period. Because they're going, you know, time is going to pass and we're going to forget about the mask. But I love having the book, because I can tell my grandchildren, you know, maybe or my great-grandchildren, there was a time when we had to wear a mask because there was a pandemic going on, and you have a book that you can show them. So I think this book is not just for people who don't have kids. It can also be a souvenir, or you know, something we can put into our test book of what happened in history. Right.
It can go in that, what's some tubes called? What do they call?
Then why you ask me a question on YouTube that I don't know?
On Zoom? Well, they can have it in that thing for 2020.
Yeah, okay.
Like they can bring it out. They can bury it and somebody
like
find
one
it.
of the future things.
Right.
Okay. Like a future tube or something. Yeah, that you can look at later. Yeah.
Yeah, later on. Just like we see them old rotary phones that the kids don't even know what the heck that is.
Right.
They don't even know what that is. What is that and how do you do it?
Or the or the big computers that are the size of your dining room table.
You're like big phones that are this big.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I think that's nice to have. So I think it's interesting, not just people who have kids, but people if you don't have kids, it's a time in history where we can have a souvenir.
And this is 2020 is going to be a year that we'll never forget.
Yes, absolutely. For many reasons, but at least this
many reasons.
Yeah, for many reasons.
Without talking, many
talking. That's a whole nother Zoom.
Right.
But for the book, I mean, I love the concept. I wanted to interview you concerning this because I think it's just dynamic. I think you're an excellent writer. And I think children will so benefit from this and their parents in explaining it. Because sometimes you can't explain it as well as having a visual aid in the book. And it's like dynamic.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So wait a minute. Let me make sure I get this right. Mama, what is on your face?
You got to do like this.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I'm doing it too Philly. You're doing it the New York way. I mean, not the New York, Pittsburgh way. Let me try the Philly way. Mama, what is on your face? How's that?
That's right.
Okay.
On Amazon, Barnes and Noble,
Barnes and Noble,
Author House.
And
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Author House.
Okay. You hear that? So purchase Lynn's book today, Lynn S Manley. Mama, what is on your face? If you have kids, grandkids, neighbors, friends with kids, whoever, get this book. It is an excellent concept because it's a hard concept, but she's made it simple. And that I like. The simplicity of the mask. That's a whole other book, Lynn. Wait a minute, maybe that's the second book. This is
Look, I'm ready for a new. I got my mind going.
Yeah. You got your art on and you got your writing on. You got everything going on here. You're artsy. You're writing. I love it. The sky's the limit for you, girl.
You too. And when your book comes out, we'll be interviewing you.
Yes. I love you, Lynn. And we're going to post this because people need to know about Mama, what is on your face?
Attitude.
Love you, girl.
Thank you for the interview.
Yes, you're so welcome. Thank you, Lynn.